Okay guys, you are warmly welcome to simplistic.sports, and here in this tutorial, this is what we are going to design. Okay guys, so if you are new here to my page, kindly like and subscribe, okay, so that you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. And if you are old here, you are warmly welcome. Alright guys, I'm going to leave a link down in the description so that you can download the stock images needed to design this flyer. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so here in Photoshop, you go here to file, okay, create new like this. Okay, so here in this pop-up menu like this, you go to print and you locate A4 right here. From here you can as well use these settings: units of millimeters and width of 210, okay, and height of 297, okay, like this, leaving resolution at 300. It's a portrait, so when you're done you hit create and let's go. Okay guys, welcome to our A4 page. Okay, so here in the A4 page, you come down here, then you locate gradients like this. You click on it, then you keep these settings in mind. You style of radial and angle of 90, okay, but you tilt it a bit like this to 96 like this, scale of 100. Then you click inside here like this, then you click on the colors, then you go into your details. Okay, I have written the color code, so we are going with the first one, the light color. Okay, so kindly note the arrangement. So here I'm going to paste it right here in Photoshop, highlight it and then paste like this. So this is our light color code. So click and drag to the top to remove the transparency like this. So we are going to our other color selection. Okay, come here into your deep color in your details like this, right? Click and then copy like this. All right, so come into Photoshop, highlight and then click and then paste like this. You can as well do it with the keyboard Ctrl+V. You should have your page looking like this. All right, okay, all right, so when you have your page looking like this, all you have to do is to click OK. You are done. So from here you go back again and go into the same gradient like this, but this we are going with transparency and linear style like this, 90 style angle of 90 like that. So we are keeping the transparency on and we are coming to take this deep color like this. So copy and then paste it right here in Photoshop. All right, this is what we want. Okay, so this we are going with one color with the transparency on. Okay, from here you drag on the page, okay, to make sure the deep color fills the page, something like this. Okay, just click and drag on the page. Okay, it will move up and down like that. So when you are done putting it at the bottom like that, you should have it filling like this. Okay, like that. You hit OK when you are done. All right guys, so I'm going to import in our background images. All right, so where is it? Okay, so there we are. All right, so I'm going to import in this warrior pilgrimage. Okay, all right, there we go. You have it in your resources. Okay, so all you have to do is to import it and enlarge it to fill more than half of the page, something like this from the top. Okay, so you take done when you are actually done. Okay, from here I have written listed the background image ideas, what you should do with the background image. So from here you go into your details or you listen. So put blend mode on luminosity. Okay, you go into your blend mode option and put it on luminosity. From here go to filter, blur and Gaussian blur, just as I have done. Okay, so taking radius of 15 like that and you blur about like this. Okay, from here what you're going to do is to just select the pilgrimage image, then give it a layer mask. From here you take your gradient tool, then you strike one line. Okay, it's a line you will strike, so something like that. So if you feel like it is not feeling well, you can as well change it anytime. So from here you are done. You take your move tool and we move on. So from here you take your brush tool. So this is my brush settings, 1200, 0% hardness and soft round brush like this. Okay, so from here what you're going to do is to brush this side because we don't like the light coming out from there. So you brush it off, and this side too. We only want the inner part. Okay, so this is it. So we're actually done. So when you're done, you come into your layer section and you create a new layer like this. From here you take your brush tool. Okay, all right, so this is my brush settings, 1007. Okay, 1300 like this, 0% hardness and soft round brush. So from here click on this foreground color, then you come into your details and copy this blue color code. So blue color, copy, highlight and copy like this, Ctrl+C to copy and come to Photoshop and then paste it. So this, I already have it, so I just made it so that you become aware of the color code. Alright, so from here you brush on top here just like this, okay, straight like this. Okay, make sure you carefully do that. Alright, so from here you come into your details as I have listed the image ideas. Okay, so we are going to put this blue color on overlay, okay, just to have it feeling like this. Okay, it is making an impact there. Maybe you are not seeing it, but I am seeing it. So you go to file and place embedded. I'm bringing in another image, so our glass overlay, so just place like this will load for a while. Okay, so this is it. So you right click and then rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise on the Photoshop. Alright, so there we are. So you enlarge it to fill the page. Then you make sure that the darker part is facing the top of the page like this. Okay guys, so let's go on. So you go into your details like this. I have listed it again. So you're going to put this glass image on soft light. Alright, so just to have it looking glossy, okay, something like this, rough like that. Okay, so this is it. Okay, this is it. So when you have it like this, this is the background. So from the background here, you take your pen tool like this and make sure this settings is on shape like that. So you can just click and make one node here and make another node outside like this, then stretch it or move it like this, okay, to make something rounded, a rounded shape like this. Okay, meet it when you are done. Okay, then you click inside this terminal and go into your details and copy this yellow color, light yellow color like this. Copy the color code and paste it right here in Photoshop like this. Alright guys, so paste like this. So hit OK when you are done. You can position it anywhere you want if you think it is too big for you. Okay guys, and make sure it is small. From here, take your round rectangle tool and make a rectangle like this at the extreme corner like this, right corner on your screen like this. Okay guys, so from here what you're going to do is to just put this rounded edge at 50. You go into the properties. Okay, alright guys, and we're going to make a color for our rectangle. So you come into your background color, the light color there, you copy the light color code like this and then paste it. Alright, so we already have our color codes there, so you should have your page filling like this. Okay, so you can as well move it in if you think it is showing up too big, okay, with the arrow keys on the keyboard. Alright, there we go. So from here we are done with our background. Okay, alright, so I'm going to name this background. So what I'm going to do is to just add our church name, so that we don't waste time. Okay, so I'm going to add our church name. I'm going to use Montserrat. The link is right in the description. You can download like that. Okay, so I'm going to take points of 10 like this. Let me zoom in so that you can see. Okay, alright, so I will actually suggest, okay, that if you're a beginner, you should type this this text, okay, all of them. If you type them, it is going to help you build on how to arrange text. Okay, so if you're a beginner, please type it. If you don't feel lazy to type, please do so. It will help you very much. Okay guys, so I'm going to copy this. So it is Arena of Glory Organization International. Okay, so this is it guys. So what I'm going to do is to make sure that they are all centered, but this one is going to have a lower size, okay, a smaller size. Alright, so this is it guys. So just as I have positioned it, something like this. Okay, so there we go, like this. Alright guys, so there we go. Alright, so if you're a beginner, please type them. Alright, so I'm going to import our logo, our church logo. So this is our church logo. Oops, this is it. You're not seeing it because of the color. It's kind of the same color, but okay, I am reducing the size. Alright, so you come here to FX, then select blending options. Okay, so from here in the blending option, you go to your color overlay. So here in your color overlay, you double click on this and then you pick the color. You already have this color, so you can sample it and you are done. When you're done, you hit OK like this. So this is our our logo like that. So you go to edit and free transform, or Control plus T to free transform it. Okay, and make sure it is well centered. Okay. Okay guys, so I'm going to name this church name. Alright guys, when you're up to this extent, you're actually done with the background. So this is the background guys. Alright, so you're just going to free transform it with Control plus T and position it somewhere cool. Something like this is okay. So when you're done, you hit done when you're done like this. Okay, so this is the background guys. Alright, see you in the next part. Okay guys, welcome to part 2. Alright, so here in this part we are just going to add our man of God. Okay, just as you saw it on my thumbnail. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's get started. So I'm just going to import in the man of God. I did not speed any part because I just want you to learn as a beginner where you can pick up a thing or two, okay, to help you in your next flyer design. Alright guys, so let's go. Let's not waste much time talking. Alright, so you just position this, okay, you take this PNG image from your resources and you position it onto your page like this. Okay, I'm using the ruler to gauge where my details are going to be, but then alright, so from here you give it a layer mask, then you take your brush tool like this. Alright, so I'm going to show you my brush settings. Okay, so this is my brush settings. I'm showing you my brush settings because my brush is not appearing like it has to. Okay, alright guys, so this is it. Then you brush off the sharp edge like this, you brush it off like this. Okay, something cool. Okay, you make sure it doesn't touch the head. Okay, alright, from here you position it right at the center very nicely like this. Okay, alright, then I'm going to import in our other man of God. Okay, so you go into your resources and you import PNG2 like this. Okay, you place embedded like this, then you position it right here, okay, at the right hand side. Then you tilt it because it was somehow not straight. Okay, so you tilt it when there is a need to. Okay, so you tilt it like this because it is my image and I know. Okay, so you give it a layer mask and then you take your brush tool and brush off the sharp edge like this. Okay, just to make it blend with the background nicely for you. Alright, so this is it. You can also go to edit and free transform or Control plus T. I'm tilting it more because I can see it is not straight. Alright, so this is it guys. When you're done, you hit done. When you are done again, okay guys, so you go to file and select place embedded like this. Okay, so we are going to import png3. Alright, okay, this is png3 man of God 3 like this. Alright, so you resize it nicely. So in resizing, you make sure that the head of this man is equal to that of that man's head. So what you're going to do is use your ruler to gauge something like the level. So you're going to edit and free transform. From here you gauge their head level. They are all not the same, but you make sure their heads are somehow small and equal like this. Okay guys, you enlarge it when there is a need to. Okay, so that is one thing you have to note as a designer. Okay, so you give it a layer mask and take your brush tool as usual. Okay, so this is it. Then you brush off the sharp edge like that so that it can blend with the background. Okay, all right guys, so you position it. Let me bring it down like this a bit and send this away like that. Okay, so you can move in with your arrow key nicely. Okay, so you position it like this, like that. All right, go. All right, so good. So there we go. We are still on track. Okay, so I'm just picking a thing or two. All right, so from here we go into our file and then we're going to place embedded like this, and we're going to take png4 like this. So you put png4 onto your page like this. So from here you make sure you resize it. All right, so this is going to be smaller because that is how the arrangement was. Okay, so you enlarge it like this, don't mind. Okay, so you tilt it when you feel like it is not straight. Okay, so this is it guys, let's go. So you give it a layer mask right here and take your brush tool. Okay, then you brush off the sharp edge like this, so that it can blend inside the background. Okay, like that. So you take your move tool, and then we are bringing in our other woman of God. So you place embedded like this. Okay, this is our PNG5. All right, so there we go. We position it right here. Okay, I don't know the name for that position, but right here, you already know. Okay, so you position it inside that space left, and you give it a layer mask, and then brush off the sharp edge like this, slowly, gently, and nicely. Okay, you brush it off, sorry for how my brush tool is appearing. You can as well bring or restore a mistake with the white foreground color, just as I have done. Okay guys, so this is it guys, this is the arrangement. All right, so just in case you wanted to learn how to arrange it, so this is it. Okay, so you position it at the center, you make sure they are all centered, okay, nicely for you. All right, so you carefully make sure they are centered, because sometimes you might think it is centered but it is not, and they are in line but it is not. So you have to make sure they are always in line and well centered. All right, so let's go on. So I'm then going to bring in another image. All right, so this is our eagle head. Okay, all right, so I brought in this eagle head because of the main programs. Okay, I mean the purpose of the program. All right guys, so I've listed it. So you're going to put the eagle head on linear light. So linear light. Okay, so linear light, don't mind, it is because of the men of God at the background, but this is how you have it. So position it at the center of the men of God, and then drag the layer down to the button like this. Okay guys, so you go to edit and select free transform, and then arrange it or resize it if there is the need to. Okay, if there is a need to, then you resize it like this, right on top of our man of God. Then you give it a layer mask, because we don't want the black or dark parts showing like this. Okay, this is my brush settings 1200, a hardness of 0, and soft one brush. Okay, this is it. All right guys, so we brush off this side, this side, this side, this side. So you brush it off like this. I brought it behind them before brushing it off, because I wanted you to see, and it is the only position you know what you are doing. Okay, so that is it. That is the reason I made it that way. It is not that I am hiding something from you guys. Okay, so yeah, that is the main reason. Okay, so let's go. You resize it when you're done. Okay, picking a 10 or 2 from our sample image like that. Okay, so this is it guys. When you are done, you come here into your new layer, and then you create a new layer like this. Okay, from there you take your brush tool. Okay, then you come, and then okay, sorry for how my brush tool is appearing once again. Let me show you the brush settings. Okay, 1300 I am going with, and hardness of 0%, and I'm taking soft round brush. Okay, so you're going to take the color from, so this is in our details, order. So the order color code, you're going to copy and paste it right here in Photoshop. So this is the order color code we are going to use. All you have to do is come inside, and then just click once, and if you want it brighter, you click more. Okay, and it is going to be brighter for you. Okay guys, so this is it. You take your move tool, just in case you made it smaller, you can always resize it to fit to the page to your liking. Okay, all right, this is it guys, just like that. So I'm going to then group the whole of this and name it our men of God. Okay, so this is it guys, this is it. So from here we go to edit, and then free transform the group. Then from free transforming the group, not single ones. Okay, single ones. All right, so this is it guys. You make sure it is well centered, okay, on your page. You can as well do that by selecting the group and going to select all, just as I have done, and take it like that. All right, so this is it. So here you have your page nicely centered. Okay, or you can do this, okay, when the light strikes into the center, meaning that Photoshop has located the center for you. All you have to do is to just leave the mouse and let Photoshop position it for you like that. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is it. All right, so when you are done, all you have to do, you have to sometimes make sure it is centered. So kindly forgive me if you think I'm wasting your time. All right, you can skip this video and go to the next session. Okay, guys, so what you're going to do is to take your ellipse tool and make an ellipse. All right, at the two women of God right here. Okay, this is going to load for a while. Okay, there we go. All right, guys, so this is it. So what you're going to do from here is to give it a white color because we want it to show nicely on our page. So I'm going to give this a white color and then go to edit and free transform. We don't want it this big, okay? We want it something small, okay, like this. So you send it inside a bit like this and take down when you are done like that. From here I'm going to duplicate, just Ctrl plus J to duplicate on your keyboard. I'm going to double click here on this thumbnail, go into my details and copy this deep color code, the background deep color code like this, and then paste it right here. So this is it. It is showing on top because it is on top. Alright, guys, so I'm going to edit and then free transform. What we're going to do is to free transform this or resize it and then put it at the center like this, just to make it look like we made a stroke but not a stroke. Okay, so this is another way you can make a stroke without a stroke. Okay, so this is it. You make sure it is well centered, just as I did. I did not explain that, but you can see. Okay, so you go into your tools and then you take your rectangle tool, make a very long rectangle like this. Is it long? Should I say large? Okay, so a very nice rectangle like this, just as I was saying, and give it a white color for the meantime. Okay, go to edit and then free transform here like that. Okay, guys, so you're going to position it here. Okay, then tilt it like this. Okay, kindly pay attention because I might not use the right words. Okay, so you tilt it and position it right here like this. Okay, from here what you're going to do is to hold Control and then send the mouse pointer right inside like this. Okay, so from here you tilt it just to have it feeling like this. You can as well hold Control. As you're holding Control, then you're dragging inside, okay, just to have it looking like this on our sample image like this. Okay, so the tilting effect I made is this way. Okay, so you hold Control and then you drag inside. Okay, that is the right thing I should use. Then you tilt it when there is a need to. Okay, so you want it to cover their shoulders. Okay, so all you have to do is to make sure it is covering their shoulders as you are tilting. That is your main focus. Okay, so from here what you are going to do is to give it our gradient color fill. So you go into effects and go select blending options like this. So here in your blending options or layer style, you stick gradient overlay like this. From here we want a gradient style of linear and keep the settings 90 degrees angle and that and that. So come to your color and then go into your details like this. So here in our details we have yellow color gradients like this, and copy the light color. So here in Photoshop you paste the light color. Okay, so you go into the other color palette. Okay, then you enter into your details and copy this deep color like this. So copy and then paste it right here in Photoshop. So you're going to paste it. So this is the color we want, or the gradient color we want, but we don't want it in that direction. So what we're going to do is just take reverse. Okay, if you're already having it like this, you're good to go, but I don't have it like this. That's why I take reverse, so that Photoshop can reverse it like that for us. So you make sure it feels nicely. Okay, sorry guys, what you're going to do is to make sure the yellow is very light like this. So all you're going to do is just move it to the white sections like that. Okay, any part in the white section is going to make it bright. Okay, we are good to go. Okay guys, so this is it. All right, so yeah, I'm then going to duplicate this, Ctrl plus J to also duplicate, and then hold Shift, okay, so that you move it in line. Okay, something like this. Okay, so let me go to edit and then free transform, flip horizontal like this nicely for you. So you just flip horizontal and it will flip the other way round. Okay, so this is it guys. So you position it right at the center of the ellipse down there. Okay, so what you're going to do is to make sure their shoulders are, hidden inside this shape. Okay, all right guys, so you can as well tilt it, adjust it. You make sure as a graphic designer in Photoshop or any other part of the softwares, you should make sure your works are showing up straight and they are in line and they are well arranged. Okay, so it takes time, but you can do this. Okay, so what you're going to do is select both of them and put it right below the ellipse layer, the circles layer, to have it looking like this nicely for you. Okay, you can as well adjust it anytime you feel like adjusting it. Maybe you might feel like it is not so positioned where you want it to be. You do so when you find out. Okay guys, so this is it. I brought the ruler because I want them to be in line. As I said earlier on, that you always have to make sure your works are intact or in line. Okay, so this is it. You might not have it the same, but it's cool when you know what you're doing. Okay, all right guys, so this is it. I'm going to then copy this and I mean select both because I'm going to reduce it like that. Okay, just like this, you're good to go. Okay, so let me select all and position it nicely. Okay, all right. Okay guys, so you position it something nice like this. So at this extent, this is it. So we are good to go. Okay guys, so if you have it looking like this on your page, you're good. You're good. I'm then going to group the whole of this and I'll name it shapes, right? Yeah, shapes. Let me name it shapes. Okay, so this is it. Yeah, because they are all shapes. All right, for easy allocation and things. Okay, so let me import our other image. So I'm going to import this label like this. Okay, right inside Photoshop. All right, so this is our label and it's just a PNG image, not a PNG, but I made the selection and everything so that you guys will find it very easy when using. Okay, so this is it. So this is our PNG label like this. You resize it and position it at the top left corner of your screen like this. Okay, so this is it guys. So from here what we're going to do is to just make an ellipse right here. Okay, I just made a new layer because sometimes you can merge with the background. Okay, the layer or the circle shape below. Okay, so that is why I made a new layer. But then you make the ellipse like this and resize it on top. I brought it on top because I want you to see what is going on. So you go into your details and then copy this color code, light for background color code. Okay, then you paste it right here. Okay, paste like this. All right guys, so this is it. Hit OK when you are done. Okay, so from here you select the shape tool and you make sure you take stroke. Okay, you bring it on. All right, so from here you're going to keep this settings, stroke of 60. No, let's go with 50. So something like this, 50 pixels, and you're good to go. All right guys, what you're going to do is just bring it below it, back to where it was. Okay, so from here, I'm going to give it a layer mask. Okay, you're going to brush off some parts. So anytime we bring in the layer mask, it's to just brush off. Okay, so you take your brush tool. We only brush with the brush tool. So you're going to just keep this. This is my brush settings. Okay, just in case you would want to use 450 pixels and like that, you're good to go. So you take your foreground black color like this, then you brush the parts inside the, I mean the shapes or the man of God like this. Okay, just to make it looking like nicely for you like that. So create a new layer, and what you're going to do is take your brush tool and make sure you right click on the layer, the new layer, and create a clipping mask. So right now it is inside, so you're going to then take this color, so the deep color code. Okay, so you copy this deep color code. Okay, then you paste it right here in Photoshop. Okay, this is it guys. So what you're going to do is you just brush inside like this. Oops, Control plus Z to undo. So brush inside nicely to make it appear as if it is a shadow, but we did not create a shadow. Oops, it looks like a shadow, so let's say we are taking it to be a shadow. since it is inside, you can move it like this. Okay, Ctrl+Z to undo. You should have it looking like this on your page. So this is it, guys. This is it. Okay, all right. So in case of any confusion or misunderstanding, you just comment it in the comment section and I will reply you nicely and as soon as possible. So we are going to bring in this lens flare I downloaded from Pinterest. Okay, like this. So this is it, guys. You place embedded and this is it. You have it on your page like this. So from here, what you're going to do, oops, let me take off our ruler so we don't need it anymore. Okay, so you're going to put blend mode on screen as usual. So you go to edit and then free transform. No other explanation to screen, but you already know. So this is it. It's kind of practical. So yeah, screen. So you take down when you are done. You position it right here and you take down when you are done like this. So nicely, and you can also adjust it anytime with Ctrl+T like that. So I'm then going to make a duplicate. It is shining because of the duplicated one, but then we are moving it right here to the left, man of God, which is PNG. That is it. So when you find out that there is a sharp edge, you create a layer mask and then you brush it off. So you find out there is a sharp edge again, you create a layer mask, then you brush it off the page like this. Okay, so you create a layer mask and brush off. So that is how to remove any sharp edge on the image like that. Okay, so this is it. So we're then going to put this other lens flare below the ellipse layer like that. Okay, just to have it appearing inside the ellipse. Okay, like that, or the ellipse and the woman of God there. Okay, so I'm then going to group the whole of this. Yeah, okay, so this is it. All right, so let's go on, guys. So this is it. So there we have it. So you take your pen tool. Okay, so please note how I created this shape. Okay, so taking my pen tool and I'm going to use the ruler. Okay, oops, sorry, I'm zooming in so that you can see what I'm actually doing. So what you're going to do with a ruler as my gauge and this certain shape. Okay, so I need a white color so that you guys can see what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm just going to click or make a node here and match it inside on the ruler like this. Okay, I'm going to take a horizontal one and then make sure they are all in line, creating a shape like this. Okay, all right, so then click inside here once and make sure I click to make the same part like this. Okay, so from here go to edit and then select free transform like this. Oops, okay, so you can as well, let me remove these rulers because yeah, we are done. All right, so go to edit free transform, then you can stretch it in just in case. Oops. All right, so stretch it inside like this. So drag and then stretch it in from the side or the other node. So making a duplicate like that, just make a duplicate. So you position it on top like that with a nice spacing. Okay, you can also hold Alt and then drag to the top to make a duplicate. Simple as that. So I'm going to then duplicate with Ctrl+J. Okay, so duplicated one, moving to the top like this with the mouse. Okay, make sure the spacings are intact. Okay, you can also just leave it at 4 shapes. Yeah, I just created it so many because I want you to see how I made it. Okay, position it anywhere off or on that particular space there. Okay, because nothing is actually going to fill there. So I can merge it, right click after selecting all the shapes and then select merge shapes. Okay, it will just group all of them into one shape for you like this. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is it. So there you have it. So this is how you create the men of God and you add them onto your page and then blending them onto the page and everything. Okay, so this is it, guys. I'm going to then group all and name it men of God because that is the actual purpose of the part 2. The actual purpose of the part 2. Okay, guys. So yeah, I'm going to bring this to the top like this, okay, because it's not part of the man of God. Alright, so make sure you select the group and make sure that it is centered for you nicely. Okay, so this is it. You take down when you're actually done. Alright, okay guys, so you can as well select the group and go to select and take all. Okay, then you just take this side. Okay, something nicely for you, and it will make sure it is centered. Photoshop will center it for you. Okay, so you okay guys, so this is it. What we are going to do here is to create an ellipse. Okay, alright, so here in this ellipse, the ellipse is showing below it because the layer of that is right below the labels layer. Okay, so you position it right here at the center. Okay, so from here you go into FX and take blended options. Okay, so mine is going to load like this. So here in this layer style, okay, you are going to take or select stroke. Okay, so this is our stroke. Okay, so this is my setting, 30%, 30 pixel size, and then opacity of 20 like this. So you take down when you are done. So this is it guys, the stroke of 20 or 30. Okay, something like that. Okay, so when you're done, you position it below and at the center like this. Okay guys, yeah, this is it for part 2. Okay guys, welcome to the part 3. Okay, so here in part 3 we are going to do what we have to do. Okay, I'm just resizing this because it has to be resized. Okay, so what you're going to do is to just add the names of the men of God. Okay, all right, so just creating it. I'm zooming in so that you can see what is actually happening right there. Okay, here in Montserrat you're going to take extra bold, Montserrat extra bold like this. So then go into the color codes and then take a deep color like that. Okay, nicely for you. Alright guys, I'm just going to copy the names of our men of God for you. Okay, so copy and then paste it right here in Photoshop in the text layer like this. Okay, so go into your character section and then yeah, put this on 8 like this so that the spread or the how it is wide will be somehow close. Okay, so making the colors nicely. All right, you already have the colors on your page. All you have to do is to sample them with your color picker. Okay, so you can also go to edit and free transform. Okay, all you have to do is to tilt it. Okay, so that it will be in line or just like the shape it is on. Okay, something like this isn't bad. So you can as well duplicate. So let me duplicate this one. Okay, then I am going to drag it to the top like this. Okay, so since the image of this is big, we are going to increase this text like this. Okay, so you take down when you're done. I'm going to double click inside and then copy this. All right, so copy. Okay, then come into Photoshop. Oops. All right, just picking a 10 or 2. All right, so here in Photoshop you paste like this. All right, so this is our man of God. Okay, you're going to give this a very dark color like this. All right. Okay, so this is it guys, this is it. So you are then going to tilt it if there is a need to, or resize it if you want to. Okay, but make sure the size is bigger than that of the first one. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this and then make sure I bring the ruler to know where I am going to send it to the other side. Okay, free transform and tilt it like this. Okay, nicely for you like that. So tilt it again if you have to, because you will have to get a perfect. Okay, to you it has to be perfect, so you make sure that your work is perfect before you send it to your customer or your customers. Okay, I'm going to then duplicate this, hold shift and make sure you send it to the other side, because shift will make sure it sends it there in line. Okay, so yeah, so you tilt it like that. Okay, tilt it nicely. All right, so this is it. Okay, so kindly forgive me for the slow mo here, because uh, yeah, kindly forgive me for that. All right, so I'm then going to copy the names. Okay, so copy this and then paste it right here. Just as I said earlier on, that if you're a beginner, please type all of this, because it is going to help you. Yeah, it is really going to help you, because it helped me as I was also learning. Okay, from other YouTube channel creators. Okay, so this is it, guys. So I'm going to then copy this name, okay, like this. All right, then paste it right here. So all you have to do, they are going to be in one color. You have to select the name and then give it this dark color like this, nicely for you. Okay, all right, guys, so we just realized that we did not add something nice. So all we are going to do is to copy the whole of this. Okay, we didn't add the speaker, so copy and paste it like this, and the speaker will come like that. All right, so giving it a dark color like this, so you make sure it is centered. Always make sure your characters or your text are centered like that. Okay, take time and then make sure it is centered. Okay, so here we are going to type, okay, with white color like this, Montserrat black. Okay, we are going to type in mess, because that was the text there. Okay, so you can as well take your moves to go to edit and free transform like this, and then you resize it if the character section is giving you problem with resizing. Okay, you can as well resize it freely like that. Okay, all right, so you take done when you are done. Okay, all right, so you position it nicely on your page. Okay, then duplicate holding the alt and dragging to the top like this. So I'm going to type don't. Okay, then I'm going to resize it like this to about 15. Oops, something smaller. Okay, 10 is somehow big. Okay, so you always, okay, use the um you always practically do what you have to do. Okay, all right, guys, I'm spreading the VA like this, so just so that it meets somehow to the ends of the maze. Okay, like that, resizing it like this. Okay, all right, guys, let's go on. Make sure it is centered. Okay, I keep hammering on this because it is the essential part uh of your design. Okay, all right, so this is it, guys, this is it. Okay, you can as well send it in, because we just realized that it was too big to our page. Okay, and after resizing it, you make sure it is centered again. Okay, guys, so this is how you add your names of the men of God onto your page. All right, guys, so let's go on. We are left with one, don't forget. All right, so this is our host. Okay, that is why he's projected bigger. All right, guys, so we are going to copy this host Patrick Ahin. Okay, and then paste it right here. So all we're going to do, it is too close to each other, so I'm going to then increase the size and then come here and reduce it. Oops, or I rather increase it. All right, so all you're going to do is to highlight and copy this color code, or oops, copy this, you sample that color like that, like that. So you make sure you give it something like a left alignment. Okay, all right, so from here you come into your tools and take the polygon tool. So here in the side you take 3, because we want to create a triangle. Okay, so yeah, we want to create a triangle, so there we go. So let's create it. We create a triangle pointing at the man of God there. Okay, so this is it, guys, this is it. Okay, guys, so this is it. You position it right beside the text. Okay, okay, so cool, easy peasy. All right, I brought it forward because of this. So you're going to duplicate it and take the lower layer and then give it a darker color. Okay, so if you can't find it, let's go into our details. Just copy the background color, deep color like that, and paste it right here in Photoshop. So this is it. It is actually there. I just wanted to put it there so that just like that. Okay, you just try out new things here in Photoshop. Okay, try out new things, okay, here in Photoshop. All right, because no one can arrest you. Okay, so resize it if you think it is too big. Okay, Alright, so this is it, guys. You resize it nicely onto your page like this. Okay, so there we have it. So this is how you add the names of the men of God onto your page or the design of flyer. Okay, so I'm going to group them and I'm naming it names of men, name of men of God. MOG means men of God here in this channel. Okay, so let's go to our label and then add the necessary text. Okay, so yeah, we are going to take Montserrat all the way. So we are typing in watch, okay, like this, because we have to. Okay, yeah, then we are going to type in ninth, yeah, ninth like this. So we give it a slanted font, something like italic. So we are going with bold italic. Okay, the same Montserrat but bold italic. Make it sure that you make sure that it is smaller. Okay, all right. So you go into your color section and copy this light color code. Okay, and then paste yellow light color code. Okay, yellow light color code. All right, so this is it. Then you make another typing section available right here like this. And we're going to type in hour. Is it hour? Yeah, hour like this. Okay, like 1 hour. So you take your brush script empty font like this and give it a white color like this. So from here you can take your move tool and go into edit and free transform so that you can freely transform this text or character to the size you want. Okay, all right guys, so this is it. So from here we are done. So you make sure the center, select all and take the center alignments like this. Okay, from here you can select outside and it will all be deselected like this. Okay, so we're going to take our polygon tool and then make sure size is on 300 and bring in your ruler and then make a very nice rectangle pointing downwards like this. Okay, so all you have to do is to resize the triangle, not a rectangle, triangle, and then make sure the spacings are intact. Okay, then double click on the thumbnail and come into your deep color code, copy it and then paste it. You already have the color codes there in your details. Okay, so this is it. I'm then going to create a new layer, then take my pen tool. Okay, so just note this, you're going to create a node here and one node here and a node here. Okay, it is creating a shape but you don't see. All right, you can now see. All right, then you tilt it like this. Okay, just to pick this shape right there. Okay, so then you go into your color codes and then you copy this deep color, this yellow gradient. Okay, you copy the deep color and yeah, it is there. You can create it or you can choose to create it because I just created it because I have to show you. All right, so this is it. You can also move your ellipse right there to the top if you feel like it is not showing nicely. Okay, so this is it, our label together with our names of our men of God. Okay, okay guys, so welcome again. So here in this part we are just going to add the other details, the necessary details, okay, which is the date, the time, the location and others. Okay, so kindly note. So what we're going to do is to take our Montserrat, okay, then take Montserrat black, okay, the font style of black, and go into the color codes and take your blue color and then yeah. Alright, so paste it right in Photoshop. Alright, okay, so this is it guys. This is it, nicely pasted for you. Alright guys. Okay, something like this. We're going to copy this eagle, the eagle like this. Okay, so this is what triggered me to include the eagle to our work. Okay, so this is it, the eagle like this. Okay, so you can bring the ruler. So I'm just gauging, okay, where our text has to be. Okay, so go to edit and then free transform like this and then resize it. Okay, increase it, enlarge it like this. Okay, so you can always enlarge it again anytime, any point like this. So you take done when you are done. Okay, all right, then I'm going to bring in this fire vector I created and made the gradients myself. Okay, so this is the fire vector I created for you. Okay, so you're going to tilt it like this and just place it right here. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is it. Resize it. It doesn't have to be too big. Okay, all right, so this is it. So take your text tool or type tool again, and we are going to just, please, if you're a beginner, note it. You have to type it. You already have the color codes in your description. I'm going to take the light color like this, and I'm taking the brush script NT again. Okay, this is it. So copy the eyesight and then paste it inside like this. Okay, yeah, so this is it, guys. Okay guys, so this is it. So resize it nicely onto your page. Okay, all right, so yeah, so let's go. We take our ellipse and just create a shape. So in designing, all you have to do is to note that it is just shapes on shapes and shapes on text and text on shapes. Okay, so be free to use the shapes anytime, anywhere. Okay, all right guys, so again is going to put the shape with just light yellow color like this. Okay, because we are putting it there and nobody can arrest us. Yeah, just so you know. I'm going to duplicate this because we will need the same font and size. Okay, like that. I'm just going to copy from our details, watch hour. Okay, so this is it. So paste it right here, then Ctrl plus A to select all, and then pick a very white color like this. Okay, position it nicely. Okay, so you bring it somewhere close to the ellipse like this. Okay, something like this is cool. Select all, and you're going to edit and free transform and enlarge it. Okay, to meet the ends of the eagle like this. Okay, position it lines nicely, position it nicely below the eagle like that. Okay, there we go. Take your rectangle tool and just make a rectangle below them all like this. Okay, so from here, all right, so you go into your properties. Okay, so this is your properties, just in case you don't know. This is the properties. Then make sure you take 30. Okay, just close this dark, take it and close it like that, and take 30 pixels for the top left corner of your screen, and take for the top right down right corner. Okay, so one for the top left corner and one for the bottom corner of your right. Okay, so copy the gradients like this. You can do this all the time. So copy the gradients of this, right click and you copy the gradient style. Okay, I'm enlarging. Okay, so then you right click and then you paste the layer style. Okay, if you think you can't use this format, you can always go with the normal way we are used to. Okay, so FX and then blending options. Okay, like this, and then take gradient like this. We already have the gradient color code. All you have to do is to make sure the angle is line horizontal, so 0 degrees. Okay, this is it. You can always make sure it fills with the moving and dragging on the screen. Okay, it will move to the left and right nicely for you like that. Okay, then I'm going to take my type tool and take Montserrat again. Okay, Montserrat. Okay, so if you note, I only use two fonts. Here I use two fonts. Well done. Okay, well done, simplicity. Okay, so here I use two fonts because I want it to be easy and simple. Okay, for the sake of simplicity, please use two or at least three fonts anytime you're doing a flyer. Okay, if you are designing, make sure you use at least three fonts, and even the third font must not parade inside your design. It shouldn't be seen more than three times in your design. Okay, so just strategize your way and yeah, you will get there. Okay, all right guys, so this is it, our theme our theme. Okay guys, so this is it. Make sure you take a bolder color if you want to, and take a lighter color if you want to. Okay, but always note that the arrangement matters. So you always make sure it is centered at any point, not on the page, but it makes sure that they are all in line, okay, just as I have done right here to the text. Okay, not only for the text but for the images as well. Okay, so you position it nicely. Oops. All right, so this is it. We are going to include this into the group. Okay, like that. Oops. Close the background and taking the group like this, and then yeah, positioning it right here. Okay, you take done when you are done. This will load right about now. Okay, so let's go into adding the other detail. Okay guys, so this is it. You're just going to take Montserrat and take a very nice white color. White is already nice, so so extra bold italic like this. We are going to copy this Monday, okay, mon, okay, bonsoir. So the French squad among us. Okay, so here, so this is it. Just position it right there and take the other text like this and then copy, okay, from your details. Please, if you're a beginner, kindly type this, okay. I know it is going to help you just as it helped me, okay. Don't copy and paste. Yeah, that will make you lazy to learn. Please type it so that it will strengthen you. Okay, all right guys, so this is it. So you enlarge this one, okay, the Friday 18th, okay, you enlarge it and then you're going to enlarge this one too, but not to meet the ends of the Friday. Okay, so that is your motive, okay, for the enlargement. So you can as well move it down with your down arrow key or top with your top arrow keys on your keyboard nicely. Okay, position it right here. Cool for you. From here you take your rectangle tool and then make a very thin rectangle. I won't say line because we are taking the rectangle tool, so thin rectangle, okay, something like this. Okay, all right, so this is it guys. So we are just going to copy this yellow color like this. Okay, all right, you can always move inside like this. All right, then hold alt and drag down like this with your mouse and then make a duplicate nicely to the bottom like this. Okay, so closely, what we are going to do is to take our type tool and then take a very nice yellow color right here. Okay, we already have it, so all we have to do is to sample. So we're going with a deep black, with black Montserrat. Okay, so copy this July 2022. Okay, so I think yeah, this is it. All right, so enlarge it when you have to, okay, because it has to fill the space or the void within the lines. Okay, here we have it. So all you have to do is to go to edit if you are finding difficulties. So edit and then resize it like this freely. Okay, so I'm going to increase this VA because I want it to catch up with the ends of the line. Okay, so nicely for you like this, and then position it at the center. Make sure it is at the center like this. Okay, like this, and we are good to go. Okay, you can as well copy this format and apply it in your next flyer design, okay, for your customers. All right, okay guys, this is cool. I'm going to name it date. All right, so from here you go to edit and then free transform. Anytime you feel like you have not enlarged it or position it nicely, you go to edit and free transform and do it nicely for you. Okay, this is it guys. So yeah, we are done. Let's go on. We're then going to take our shape tool, okay, I mean rectangle tool, and then make a rectangle right here. Okay, it's always shapes on shapes. So as in every design you can see shapes, you can see text, okay, and so it is shapes on shapes and text on shapes. So you go into your properties and just give this round edges 50 pixels at the top left corner and then the top bottom right bottom corner, okay, just as you are seeing it on the screen. Okay, I might not explain it nicely, but at least you get what I mean, right? Okay, so this is it guys. You take your type tool and the same Montserrat we're going to add our time. So copy this time and yeah, pasting it right here. Okay, so yeah, we're going to leave it right here. So I took Montserrat black. Okay, so we're going with a deeper font. Okay, actually deeper font style. Yeah, so we're going to copy this 8:30 p.m. So 8:30 p.m. and pasting it right here. So yeah, this is it. So paste it right here in Photoshop and we are good to go. So from here, all we have to do is to make sure we take our rectangle tool again and then make a rectangle below the time here like this. Okay, they should load right about now. It is white, that is why you are not seeing it. So we are going to copy this or sample this color right here. We already have them on our page. Then make the round edges like this, just as we're seeing. So the properties, we are going to take the top and down right corner and the top down corner like this. The top down corner. Oops, sorry. All right, so it is 20 pixels I took. So yeah, you already saw it. Yeah, let's go on. Okay, I'm going with a bold color, a bold font style like this, and I'm going to take a deep, is it deep white? No, not deep white, a white, simple white. Okay, like this. So I'm going to copy each night. Okay, all right, guys. So this is it. So copied and then just paste it on to the rectangle like this, onto the rectangle like this. Okay, so enlarge it or resize it anytime you feel like doing it. Okay, all right. So this is it. You select both and then take this to the center just to make sure it is centered for you. You can apply it to all the text. Okay, select all of them and then enlarge it like this. Okay, and make sure it is centered. Okay. So this is it. You take done when you are done. Okay. Alright guys, I'm moving to the left side of your screen. Okay, and then going to edit and then free transform. Alright, then pulling it in so that it's somehow small because I want it that way. Okay. Alright guys, this is it. I'm then going to group the whole of this and I'm going to name it time. Yeah, so this is it guys. Yeah, so this is our time. So yeah. So you go to edit, select all of them and go to edit and then free transform. So you can do this after you have positioned them, okay, because it is going to so help you to know the alignment of or to center everything onto your page. Okay, yeah, so let's go on. Click done. When you are done, this will load. Yeah. So cool. So this is it guys. So there we have it. I'm grouping all of it and I'm then going to name it group 2. So select all like this and then make sure it is centered with one click. Then you can go to select again and deselect like this. So it will be centered nicely onto your page like this for you. Okay, zooming in because I want you to see the next move. Okay, taking my rectangle tool and I'm going to make a line, a thin rectangle line like this here below them all like this. So very thin, oh, very thin. Okay, so I'm going to double click on this thumbnail and give it a white color like this because the yellow color is too much on the page. Okay, so sometimes you just have to use you strategize your colors very well. Okay, so this is it guys. You're going to create another 10 line below or you can as well zoom inside and just create a duplicate anyhow, but just make sure you have 2 lines like this on your page. So just yeah, cool, making spacing between them. Alright, then I'm going to type in our last text. Okay, so let's add our last text. Okay, so with this we're going with bold. Okay, Montserrat bold, and we're going to copy the location. So yeah, oops, let me copy all. Yeah, copy and then copy. Okay, right click and then go to copy and then paste right here. Okay, we are going to paste it onto Photoshop just as you have it. Okay, so when you have it looking like this to this extent, oops, I can say a very big well done to you. Okay guys, so this is it. So yeah, we have to make one correction, but then I will show you this at the next, okay, the next part. Okay, all right guys, so I'm just going to create an ellipse. Okay, this is going to be here for no reason, but it is just going to bring out some beauty from our design, like that. So I'm just going to add the gradients and then add some stroke. Okay, we already have the stroke settings. Okay, like this. Okay, so there is a 20 size and opacity of 20, like this, and then hit OK when you are done. All right guys, so yeah, I'm going to make some edits at the next part, so stay tuned. Okay. Alright guys, so here I'm just going to make a correction, so please note, pay attention as I make this correction. Okay guys, so let's go on. So this is the end of this tutorial, so kindly like and subscribe if this video has been helpful to you. Okay, if it has, please like and subscribe to this channel just so that you help me improve. Okay, I thank you for clicking to watch this video with me. Thank you. I love you. Bye.